your best joke right now is when you go, "Oh, you guys really didn't like that one?"
Yeah. Oh, you didn't like that one?
Murder every time.
Well, you're gonna hate the rest of it.
Max's face to me is like, he's like, "Why do you bully your friend?" And it's just like, this is what this is become.
Yeah.
Okay, so we brought in a producer.
Yeah, this is the first episode with someone doing this for us.
Well, sorta.
We don't know what we're
he's
doing.
it for us for sure. Give it up for Max.
We just
Sheldrick.
sit here and are the talent now.
Everyone, you can't see him, but follow Max Sheldrick on all social media platforms. What am I supposed to be looking at? Any iPhone, Ariel? What the fuck?
You're talking to me,
So
your
can I
friend.
just ignore them?
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome back, episode 29.
Episode 29 of whatever this is.
It's called Coke Dads. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm more like, we're figuring out what the show is.
Sons of Coke Dads.
We should have called it Sons of Coke Dads, or as we learned last night, Coke Daddy.
No, I don't like it like the same way you didn't like it. Because it sexualizes our
Yeah,
trauma.
so weird. Like, it's just like,
I don't like it at all.
like it should have been Coke Daddy. Like the whole, I mean, it wasn't a large audience, but 6 out of 6 is a large number to agree.
But
But
what I
that's
didn't
what it
like
should have
is
been
you were
named.
like, hey, everyone thinks that we're the dads. And that the whole thing was like, we were basically complaining that everyone thinks that me and you have a child, and we just want to steer away from that.
And then they were like, Coke Daddy.
So welcome back, episode 29 of Coke Daddy.
This is our YouTube page. Please like, subscribe, share it, comment. We will be also cutting clips for Instagram and TikTok and all the above.
Now, this is also on Spotify, so ignore all of that, but follow us on Spotify. And guess what? Because I'm caring a little bit more, welcome. This is our first episode on Apple.
Yeah,
Unless-
Apple Pods.
Unless we have to pay money. And then
That it's still not on
no,
Apple.
but it might be on Apple eventually. I'm just saying that I haven't done the research to that. Everyone's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, you know that platform you already use? It also allows you.
Yeah, we use Anchor to distribute.
Anchor FN. Check it out if you want to have a podcast that 12 to 15 people tune
Listen,
in
yeah.
occasionally.
Hey, we got 30 views on the last one.
I was lying. It's like 7 people usually.
Yeah, we got 30.
But 30 on the last one. And we
So
really
it's
appreciate that.
growing.
Thanks, guys. We appreciate that.
And now that we have this beautiful man sitting here awkwardly, it
can't
does
see
change the dynamic, though.
So I wanted to say earlier, before the podcast started, now the reason we do this podcast is this is our friendship. Like, we have poker nights now, but like this is Ariel and Bran get to hang out alone, and that's why like when I saw your beautiful face today, I wasn't my normal self because I knew you were coming. I'm not saying I didn't, but we don't ever like without this podcast, we're not friends. Like real talk at this point in our lives.
It's pretty savage.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
You call me and you're like, come hang out. I'm coming to hang out.
How often do I do that?
You don't.
Dude, how often do you? Okay.
I do it more frequently. I invited you over just on Sunday. I was like, come to work.
You are.
And then I was like, my boss is here. Don't come.
Now, a lot of people think it's an act comedy. I must assure you, if you can't tell by this conversation, Ariel's as sad as he plays. That's a real thing.
Well, that's hurtful. Am I sad right now? I don't feel
No, you're not
sad.
sad right now, but I was like, hey,
I'm frustrated.
the reason we do this
I'm
podcast
annoyed.
is because of friendship and we can hang out. And you were like, is that the only reason it is?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we could hang out. You're like, well, if you told me I would drop everything and come see you. And then I was like, oh, what about? And you're like, well, I messaged you. You don't get back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just made it sad. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't make it sad. Was that sad? To me,
not-
that wasn't sad.
See, if you weren't here, he would have no one to ask that to.
Yeah,
He would
is
have
it sad? Give me a compliment. Am I?
Usually he would yell, stop
that's
gaslighting
fine.
me. That's what he would say. He'd say, you're gaslighting me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Stop
gaslighting
it."
me.
And then he watches the footage and he texts me. He goes, I'm sorry, I gaslit you.
Yeah.
Sorry. All right, but anyways, and then we have good news. I know that we dabbled with the idea of not talking about it, but we do. Backroom Comedy Club is doing better than we could have
Better.
hoped.
It's going.
It's going. It's
Yeah.
going.
All those nights in the summer going. Fuck, nobody's here. It's turning
And all
into,
those-
hey, fuck, people are here.
And it's a blessing. And it's funny because whenever we're about to do this podcast, as soon as we're about to plug in and go, good things happen for us. So right before this, we had a bunch of meetings lined up, and they went better than expected, and I have work to do. And before this podcast started, Ariel's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, well, I have work to do, and like Max is here, and we can get some work done. And then Ariel goes, well, the podcast
is
due
work.
for next week. Like, we have to put out the podcast. And every week it's the same fucking shit. Every week you're like, hey, let's do the pod. You show up here. As soon as you show up, as soon as we're about to plug in, boop, 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 like 5 things come in for me to do. And then you're like, just put it on hold. For the 12 people that are going to watch this and for the millions and millions
Yeah.
of fans that will get on board eventually.
Yeah.
Because we're rebranding to Coke Daddy, which is what you guys want. Welcome back.
I love when you just get on these rants and like They're just so fueled by like I don't even know what.
I'm just happy. Okay, so I am happy. Backroom's doing better than expected. If you guys do want tickets for any
Buy 'em
weekend
online.
show, buy them online.
Because they're selling.
They're selling. And then the other shows have been branded properly now. So we have Your Next Big Laugh on Thursdays. Come see the people that we honestly believe are the future of Canadian comedy. And then on Wednesday nights, come see Your Next Big Laugh, a.k.a. Hump Day, where you get to see like that next. It's just cool. It's cool that I've been doing comedy so much, and it's such a big part of me to see. I love rap music. I love basketball, and there's these draft classes. Like there's like the XXL freshman thing, and every year they put out these new batch of rappers. And basketball, they have the All-Star game and the Rising Star game, and it's super cool to check out on Wednesday night. The new like last Wednesday.
Is the Rising Star game like the All-Star game?
But for the
for
the first and second
I would watch
years.
that.
Yeah,
We should watch that next time. That
we
sounds
should
like
watch
fun.
that. Yes, but I'm saying
As friends.
on
Sorry,
Wed-
can we watch it on the pod? Okay.
Would you watch it on the pod? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm being an ass.
We can't watch it on the pod. We can only watch that as friends. Do you see why I don't want to hang out outside of this? No, but if you guys need any graphic work done, please book out Ariel Kagan so I can hang out with him less. I would love that. Just he needs money. Max is giving looks like I'm just mean. That's not even like funny. It's just mean.
It is a little mean, but it hurt my feelings. That's why I know it was funny.
You know, you taught me that. Where you go if it hurts my feelings. So Ash figured that out recently. Now she's not my daughter, weirdo. She's my girlfriend. She figured out I laugh when she hurts. And then she goes, "That's funny." And I go, "Yeah, because it hurts." And now she's just saying hurtful things, and we laugh, but it really hurts.
Can you give me an example?
What was this morning's? This morning's was like, she's like, "Hey, are you just gonna comment on everything I do? Like, I don't want to just always be examined." And I was like, "I'm sorry, babe. I'm an observer. That's what I do." And then she goes, "What?" And I go, "Yeah, like comedians, we all observe." And she goes, "Does anyone just observe and just not talk?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, can you just observe and like don't speak?" And I laughed, but it really hurt. Welcome back.
Wait, why did it hurt? She's just asking you
'Cause
not
I
to
talk a
criticize
lot.
her every time you
Before
open
this
your
happened,
mouth.
before we started this, what did you do? What did you instill? Quiet time.
Yes.
Because I was talking too much and aggressive.
Well, no, quiet time because like you were coming at me.
I was up here.
Yeah.
You wanted it down here.
I didn't want it. I wanted it up here, but for the podcast,
Ugh, it's so annoying that like
you were
the
wasting good
funnier
stuff.
I get is that I have to be up here. But then to get up here is like this thing. And then everyone's like, "We want you up here." And then like as soon as I'm up here, everyone's like, "Too much." And it's like I can't.
No, because you get up here and then you're like, you don't wait to use it.
No, because I get up there so fast.
Max is producing.
You gotta talk to the mic. You keep leaning back.
Because I'm sipping water.
No, like you keep talking like away from the mic.
Because I'm talking too much. And I want Ariel's fans to hear his beautiful angelic voice. That's what I want. I want the people listen. I have a pretty sexy voice too. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't realize how sexy my voice was until we got these headphones. That being said,
Is this just our ASMR
say
channel
something
now?
now. Just read. You can't read, but like, but like recite some shit. Show Max how wet you can get dicks and how hard you can get pussies right now with that voice of yours. Show Maxie.
He knows. He's seen it in action. Yeah, he's hard right now.
This is not the brand I want. I don't want to be Coke Daddy. I don't want the producer hard. I don't want that. I want like.
What do you want? Tell me.
I think we're doing it.
Okay,
I'm actually
good.
having deja vu of this. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. This is
So-
what you wanted. This is what you pictured Coke Dads being in your head when you originally wanted to do it.
There's a couple weeks up still. If anyone doesn't have any holiday parties or anyone doesn't,
Just selling the club the whole time, huh?
well, yeah. Okay, I don't have to do that. I can be.
You said you wanted to start this podcast. You had a thing you wanted to
Yeah, I did. I
talk
brought
to
it
me
up.
about.
I said the friendship over.
Oh, that's
the
what
work.
you wanted to
That's
talk
the big
about.
thing I wanted to
Okay.
talk about. You
Yeah,
thought it was.
I thought it was
going to
be. Yeah.
So yesterday, Ariel does this thing at the Weirdo Carnival that I won't promote.
No, you can. You're promoted, but like the way you were doing it is like, hey, we're on this through line. By the way, book the
So
comedy
you're
club.
saying don't be sneaky about it.
Yeah, be more.
Okay, so
yeah.
we run a show, Sunday Fun Day, every Sunday night at the Backroom Comedy Club. Follow. And Ariel has a riff show. You want to explain that quickly? And then
It's improvised stand up of audience suggestion.
and then I have a variety show at 10 o'clock. Now, Ariel, what do you do at the Weirdo Carnival?
I perform live therapy for comedians.
Give them some, okay, so Ariel has
I am in no way.
10,000 hours of
Yeah, I have gone to much therapy. I've been going to CBT for 6 years before
what
white
does CBT stand for?
cognitive behavioral therapy,
So that's
which
that's
is
the
which is
typical
basically it's kind of the
Dr. Fraser Crane.
they basically took two schools of thought in therapy, realized that if they combine them and you look through someone's past, you can get answers to the behaviors they have now.
Makes sense.
Right, makes sense.
Make like it.
And it's very slow though. because it's a reflection of where you're at in the current moment, and because so many things happen in your life. You're really only ever thinking about 6 things, right? You're fighting about your like relationship with yourself, relationship with others, right? And then your upbringing, all these
It's
things.
like the same conflicts when you write stories. Do you guys
Yeah.
remember when you were in grade 10 and they're teaching how to write a story?
Yeah,
Same conflicts.
same, exactly, right?
Well, that's wild.
So I did
you know
CBT.
what makes good story making?
I've been going to CBT for a long time. The problem with CBT is it is very slow, and it
Did they
isn't.
warn you? Do they go, this is a very slow process?
Yeah.
We need all your money every week,
Yeah,
and this
pretty
is going
much.
to be very
That's why you got to find a good therapist, someone who like my therapist when I was at my worst gave me 6 months free
Guy or
because
girl?
female because
Do you
I
ever
was
think about her when you touch
no, I
yourself?
do not. She's very old. You're a fucking weirdo. What the fuck kind of question is that? This is why you need therapy. Anyway, what did you hear? What he just said? What the fuck? Jesus
I
Christ!
liked your answer.
Yeah.
She's very old, and you looked very like, what the hell?
Yeah,
You let her inside. I
That's
don't
the
know.
person I tell all my. Listen.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, not once. And but the problem with CBT, and this is where most people get confused with therapy, they think you're going to go there, someone's going to tell you how to fix your life because you've just been wrong the whole time. That's not what it is
That
at all.
sounds like stand-up comedy too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Amateurs are like, oh, I'll do stand-up, and my life will be fixed.
Yeah, I'll be rich. No, what?
I wrote down these jokes that could. You think these jokes could pay my
Yeah,
bills?
listen to my views on sexuality. It's the best. Anyway.
I'm picturing like one of those real, like you know when those comics start, but those real right-sided, like racist ones,
Yeah.
and they're just like, "Don't you hate these people? Where my check?" You know, just like,
Where's my check?
like, which is
All right, so that's CBT. The thing about it is that you go there, and it's basically a self-exploration with guidance from a professional to kind of steer you along the way so you're not entering loops of thought. So you're not... Because there's a fine line between blaming yourself and then, like, being healthy, right? But there never... At no point has my therapist been like, you should read this. You should look into that. You should try this technique, right? And that was missing for me.
that's
so,
annoying.
but that's what it is.
That's
it's for
very
you.
annoying.
It's your
It's
self-exploration.
self-reflection.
It's self-reflection. That's
all.
all
You're,
it is.
you're in one of those fucking Joe Rogan chambers, like those floating tanks,
Exactly.
but with an old
But
woman. and
yeah,
you don't have
well,
sex.
please find. Yeah, we definitely don't have sex. I don't know why you keep wanting me to fuck her.
I just called it back. I promise.
Yeah,
I won't. I just
you're
don't-
like you should fuck her. It's
No,
like
no,
no, I'm
didn't
good.
say that. I
I'm
asked
good.
if
Thanks,
you
man.
think about her.
I'm good.
Anyway, so what's the other one?
So then, in the pandemic,
Shout out Pandy.
I realized there was something missing in that. I didn't, even though I knew all the problems because I discovered them in CBT, I didn't really know how to find the solutions to the problems, right? I still have the problems. They don't ever really go away, but you can learn techniques to kind of like, you know, now I know when I'm angry what I have to do when I'm angry instead of just letting myself be angry, right? Like, because anger is destructive, so it's got me in a lot of trouble. It's got me fired so many times. Anyway, so I started going to group therapy. Group therapy is awesome because it's a bunch of you just going through life, trying to find answers. And in that one,
Also like stand-up comedy.
also like stand-up comedy, a lot of parallels.
Shut up,
I
Max
get what
Weber.
he's doing here. He's gonna. I know where you're going with this, but I'll let you get there anyway. Here's the thing: is that yeah, you 100% are. You might not realize you're doing it, but I know where you're going. Here's the thing: is that one is great. The thing I dislike about it, any person is allowed to attend. So you have to take advice
From someone you might not agree with their perspective.
on anything. Like fundamentally, I disagree with you on every aspect of existence, and
why
now
do
you're
they-
telling me how I should live
Do you
my
give them
fucking
advice?
life. Yeah.
Okay, so
It works both ways. You don't have to talk.
Yeah, but I would assume you'd bow. Like that's the difference of our.
I keep
personality
quiet.
types.
I actually keep quiet
I'd
a
bow
lot
out.
of the time.
I'd be like, I have nothing to say to you. You're not going to listen to it, and I don't. You don't.
What is interesting is what I learned is what I've been through is a very uncommon experience. So that when we get to a certain point during therapy, when I'm bringing in my heaviest stuff, literally in group, people will be like, we don't know how to help. And that part sucks.
Sketch idea. Ariel goes to a robot therapist and breaks it. Like, doesn't break it. But it like, yeah. Welcome to the future. I'm your therapist. And then it's just by the end, it's like,
pretty good.
Like,
It's pretty good. Look out for this on the Backroom Comedy page because Max will film it.
it's not abstract enough for Max.
Yeah, it's not no man spreaders.
Check out Manspreaders.
Check
Drop
out
today.
Manspreaders drop today. When we're recording today, not when we're.
When you just check
this
out
today.
Manspreaders and leave stuff on the comments, it's the most abstract thing we've done. Like, we're all proud of it. It's just different. So check it out. Let us know.
And then in group.
So this is the third
So
of the
in
therapies.
group therapy, a guy who I do like his perspective
It's
on
not
life.
is it the dog guy?
It's not the dog guy. The dog guy annoys me. I can't really talk about him. I signed an NDA.
All I know is he has a dog. It doesn't want to make it sound like he's been talking about it. He just every time he gets back from that one therapy, I'm like, how was it? I'm like, why are you mad? He's like, I miss my dog. That's it.
Yeah, I
That's
just
all.
want a fucking dog.
That's it.
Anyway, this guy I do. Anyway, he was like, I tried EMDR and it was life changing. And
What does that stand for?
eye movement destabilization and rehabilitation.
I wouldn't go to that just because of the name of it.
So it's the wrong name. It's very complicated. Here's what it really is, right? Basically, it's a hyper-focusing of the sense, so you can't rationally think your way out of things. Because what's the problem with emotion? Is the rational brain is like, you're being a pussy.
So how do they
That's
do that?
stupid. You're
How
an
do-
idiot. You're a loser.
How are you?
Why you want to feel it? So there's this green little dot that goes beep, beep, beep. But before that, you've had a conversation of what you're feeling and what you're bringing into the session. And then it's an exploration of what's bringing that up from your... It's basically taking CBT and jacking it up 10 notches emotionally. So they crank it because you can't hide now. There's no hiding. It's your genuine feeling on something. And it is fucking wild. I've had so many sessions where I've walked out of that. I came from one today, and I literally am just like... It's like taking everything in my being not to just break down. You understand?
I make everything into jokes. That's one of the reasons I don't want to go to therapy. Is that like it's just gonna.
It's helped me, though. It's made me a better
I'm just gonna
comic.
be writing jokes about how. So you're supposed to.
It's made me a better person.
So before you were talking about the little kid.
Yeah.
Do you answer the little kid? Like, do you want to serve the little kid, or do you want to kill the little kid? What has therapy taught you?
I mean, I
Not
don't
you
want
personally,
to.
but
I don't
what
want
we
to
all
kill
do.
the little kid because that's me.
I'm just asking. That's why I'm asking. I've always been curious.
More. I don't really. For me, the thing about the little kid is that I'm not trying to answer to that little kid. I'm trying to find out why he's still at center stage.
Why he can't like go to bed?
Just let it.
Like,
Just let it go.
That's
You know
dope.
what I mean?
That's
How
a
do
good
you
answer.
actually just? I'm tired, man. I'm tired of waking up and being like, hey, remember how your dad was a piece of shit? Yeah, of course. I can't forget it. Thanks. Yeah, like, listen. And
buy your Coke Dad's merch.
but then what started happening, because I've talked so freely and openly in that about my dad, I'm now having different thoughts about him. Right? Now that we play poker now. You know why I know that game? You know why I love that game? My dad. We
Papa.
played it. We got stuck in an elevator
Oh yeah, you weren't there.
in Cape Town.
This is what happened.
We got stuck in an elevator for 3 hours. For some reason, this fucking degenerate obviously had a deck of cards and a box of matches because he smokes cigarettes like you do. And he was like, cool, let's learn. And we sat there for 3 hours. I was 11. I've been playing that game since I was 11 years old. So when I play it, I'm brought back to one of the few great memories I have.
with your dad.
Yeah. So...
How much fun is that going to be with that knowledge tonight when he loses a hand and it's like, at least you got that memory with daddy.
Every
right?
time you guys win, you should be like, your dad's still dead.
How's Coke Daddy? We're not that mean. We're not that. I'm mean. I'm not that mean.
No, it's so funny. I lose a hand. It's like, remember how much cocaine he did?
So like,
I have your money and your dad's still dead.
I just like do Coke.
Yeah.
Just like, but Papa, you'll remember when you watch these and you edit them. We're very ADHD and we go off. The whole point of this was so every Sunday night at the Weirdo Carnival, Ariel plays therapist, not a real doctor.
Not a real doctor.
Now-
But I do recognize a lot now, having done enough therapy. Like, I can pretty much
Wait,
break...
I'm not agreeing with you. I'm like nodding.
Yeah.
We said not a doctor.
I
and
can
then
no,
you
I'm
went,
not a doctor,
and
but
started-
I can break down certain situations emotionally in a
Yes.
way other people can't.
Well, yes.
Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, that's where
That's
we came
why
up
we
with
do the
the idea.
sketch. That's
yeah,
why it's done. So I was supposed to be. I wasn't supposed to be. It's just last night on the lineup. The thing with Ariel, which is the most bizarre of it all, for Ariel to play this game, this improv thing, he's got to be like a close friend. It can't be like someone.
Yeah, we've tried it once or twice with people I don't know, and it goes very poorly.
It's because you know what you're searching for when you talk
Yeah,
to
yeah,
people
yeah.
you know. So yesterday, no one was booked, and then I was gonna be the guy doing therapy. And one of the reasons we created this game is so your producer Max and me can get a taste of therapy because we need to work on things. But like,
Is that why we?
no, remember how it all started?
Yeah, that's how it started, but I
because you
don't
were
think
telling
that's
us-
why we were
you
doing
telling
it.
us we needed to go to therapy.
Yes,
And I
you
was-
and I look at me both now when I say this, Max, eye contact, and Brandon, go to therapy, both of you.
So you brought this up, and then Max and me were both like, Max and I were like, I don't know, fuck you, we don't therapy. And then Max was just like, you guys started playing, and then I was like, hey, you want to try this on stage? And you were like, what? And then you guys did it.
And it was great.
and it was
We had a
great.
good time.
So then from there, it's like,
Wait, did you have a good time, Max? Yeah. Okay, good. Just
you want to come back this Sunday and have some therapy with Ariel?
Yeah.
That's me avoiding me doing it.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
Cool, we'll see you this Sunday.
I think we will get to Brandon once I've done it like 50 times.
So Ariel and me, we were gonna do it yesterday, but then 4 hours before the show, I didn't go about it the best. It's just I had to talk to two people, and instead of like trying to bring us together, it was really bothering me. And if you want to talk about it now, we can. But like, it's not really the big deal anymore. It's in the past.
I mean, I'm still very frustrated.
I believe it. I'm not frustrated. I'm just saying in my world, like if you're gonna run a business, you got to remember if you're gonna do it with your friends. The best part, and I emphasize this a lot with people, we're friends because of comedy. Me and you are friends because of comedy. So the fact that we work together, it's not like childhood friends on a venture. It's like like-minded individuals that have the same goals. And I love you guys. You are some of my best friends. It's just that being said, we butt heads still because that's with friends. So with me and you, it was like, okay, there's no reason I'm up till fucking 3 or 4 in the morning thinking about this shithole. I got a group chat together, put fucking Cackham, shout out Robert Cackham, the young Jew, mentioned every fucking day. And it's just like I just vented how I felt, and then you guys were receptive, but I didn't know you were napping. So you
Well,
woke
no.
up-
Let's go over it from my side. I had a 70-hour work week,
yeah, at least
grinding.
at least like not including the magazine, not including
And then on top of that, I'm dealing with my life. And
I-
then the two of you completely just disregarded me, as if I hadn't been doing that.
It's not that we disregarded you. It's just we both felt disregarded in the course of that. I didn't realize to his extent, but I know from myself that I felt disregarded. I knew I was going to speak to you. If it was the podcast, it was like we're friends. If I had to call you,
We're at 22
I
minutes.
thought you were going to give us a producer's.
We're getting lights. We're getting lit on our podcast.
No, but I thought it was just
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, don't talk about the personal stuff. Leave it. No, people are here for jokes, not how you feel about each other. Just kiss. It says just kiss. That's all it said. Make out right now. So that's the whole thing, is that I felt disregarded there. But then the reason we're only bringing it up now is that
You were meant to do therapy.
so we're supposed to do therapy really right before the bit goes. I'm like, am I still, like, you come up to me and you're like, you want to just do Coke Dads live? We do have a special coming out at some point in the future. We'll tell you guys more about it. We're practicing for that. Let's keep it real. We're not just doing Coke Dads live to avoid our own trauma.
Yeah.
We're practicing for a bigger picture. But last night, I'm supposed to go on stage with you. You're supposed to play therapist. And you're just like, can we do this? And I go to you, and I was like, yeah. Because I knew. And I even said it on stage. I was like, you're going to have a session with your therapist when the session's about your therapist, how you want to punch your therapist in the face.
Yeah,
Like,
you
know,
can't
like,
do
you
that.
can't do that.
Yeah,
You
you would
can't.
cancel that session for sure. So we called it audible.
But imagine that. Imagine that you were so close to your therapist that you went into therapy and your therapist.
But that's why I'm not your therapist.
that's why you
understand
don't
that?
have sex with the 80-year-old
Yeah,
therapist.
exactly. She's
Check
not 80, but
The ultimate callback. Does that mean we're
Yeah.
done? It's 20. Like, come on. I got the light. What do we want to
yeah, I think I'll say this quickly. What I think about it is that the love is always there. So once you know the love is always there, we shouldn't be fighting.
It's,
What are we fighting about?
We're not. That's why
It's
we're not
ego
fighting.
now. That's
But
what it
but
is.
That's what it became with you and Kak. If you notice with me, all it was like, hey, I gotta treat you. This is so weird to say out loud and here of all places, but like when you're on stage, you're a comic. You're
Yes.
not the co-owner. You're not my best friend. You're not Coke Dads. When you're on that stage, and
I'm a comic.
you follow the procedures,
Yeah.
and I don't have to defend you or whatever. I
Yeah.
treat you like everybody
Yep.
else. And then with him, it's like, hey, your suggestions are fantastic. If anyone else has criticisms, I love it. Like, I love open criticism.
There's
Max,
time and
but there's
place.
a time and place. If I'm at if my shows
And you
got
also
30
have a
people
job.
in it, and for some reason I'm show running it, like,
Yeah.
just like that's all. And I was so mad at both of you because like. It felt like if we're gonna give the exact example of you did.
I yelled at Robert.
No, but you. It
I
was
got
two things.
stern.
It was the running the light, which it was just.
I
like,
ran the light hard.
hard. Like if you were
Like real hard.
Like if Ariel wasn't.
I was
Ariel,
manic though.
Fair, but if you weren't Ariel, you wouldn't be booked for at least
Yeah, exactly.
6 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
At least like 6
Yeah,
months.
fair.
Maybe. You did double the time you were booked.
Well,
1.5.
12.
So That drove me crazy because the only reason I was mad, I wasn't even mad that you did it.
I ended
I
before
was
10.
mad. I was mad because you said, "Hey, what time is it?"
Yeah, yeah.
And I said 9:40. Now again, going back, you were in a manic episode, so I'm not mad. But then you just disregarded that I told you the time.
I got distracted because
get
I
it
got
now.
into
I
it.
have ADHD too.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, don't ask me the time to just ignore the time. And then for some reason it's winter.
That's fair.
It's also winter right now. So because it's winter, things at Back Room, like we have been lenient on tickets. If you buy your tickets, we do start at 8:20 in the summer. It's winter now. We start at 8:15 at the absolute latest. We had a lineup of people, which is a blessing in disguise. Upstairs was really busy. Shout out Christy Pitt's Pub.
Yeah, usually it
And-
wouldn't have been an issue because
it's-
people would wait
but it's winter
upstairs.
now.
Right, but
and
it's
we've never
winter.
done this is our first winter doing this thing together. So I'm just telling everybody on there and you and all that like the reason
There was so many moving
it's
pieces,
so easy
though.
to get over this fiasco because the things I'm mad at are all just a chain reaction of something else.
Yes.
It wasn't like I can't get mad at you for making people wait and this and that. It's all the same thing. It's all just like, hey,
But we
Ari,
didn't. The show started at 10:20 when we started
started
our
at
shows.
10:20 and then it was just all
yeah.
of it. It's just the shout out Christy Pitt's Pub. They're busy now.
Yeah.
Shout out us. We're busy. I don't want customers waiting in front of a washroom and up a staircase for 20 minutes
Agreed.
before a show. And then that's why it was like, I'm not mad at, so it was like, I'm mad at you because of this. And then I'm mad at the business. And then we're friends. It was just so much shit.
Mad at yourself, probably?
Mad at myself
Yeah.
because both
you didn't
Robert,
take control.
both Greg, both Jess, everyone in Church, shout out these people. They all came up to me and they were like, should I light him? Should I light him? And I'm like, it's Ariel. He has it covered. And that's why it was like,
Nope.
so from now on, going forward.
Did not
it's
have
that.
it covered.
They had a good show though. You killed.
Yeah, I did.
And I had a good one. And like,
32 minutes of straight riff. You understand? 32 minutes of writing jokes in the minute and crushing. Yeah.
that's the best.
We're fucking talented. Come to our club.
You know, your
Watch this fucking podcast.
Your best joke right now is when you go, "Oh, you guys really didn't like that one."
Yeah. Oh, you didn't like that one?
Murder every time.
Well, you're going to hate the rest of it.
Max's face to me is like, he's like, "Why do you bully your friend?" And it's just like, this is what this has become.
Yeah.
Now, before we leave, let's just do a tips because we do a tips.
Yeah,
all
we do
that.
a tips.
If you're gonna say friends first and you're gonna work with your friends, remember it.
Yeah,
Because like it's
that's
not
good.
worth losing a friendship because you guys are mad at each other because your egos are all hard as dicks right now. Okay.
That's
So
good
just-
advice.
you know. And then, do you want to end it on a monologue or they don't get one this week?
No monologue for you this week, Brandon. I think we may cut that because there's no reason for you to leave now. We have a producer to do what
Are you
we
gonna
need.
be here every time we do this?
Probably.
We should get you a mic and a.
Yeah, we'll build. We'll build.
Okay, so follow Max Sheldrick.
Follow
Mac
Coke
from
Dads.
Comedy Club. Follow Coke Dads. I've been Brandon Jones.
I've been Ariel.
And we
Kagan
appreciate-
Collins.
And also, you're like.